Hi all, so I'm an actress, as you know, mostly done TV and film, and started when I was 11 years old in a kids show called Byker, which Ant and Dec's, if you're in America, Ant and Dec, they started in that show based in the northeast. And when I was 26, excuse me, I had my first daughter, Brooke, and this is my second, Texas, who is 5 months old. And as an actress, it was pretty scary to go, I'm going to take 9 months out-ish to have a baby, and then how on earth am I going to fit that in, alright Wriggles, into my life, and is everything going to be lost? Am I going to lose everything? And I guess that's the case with any job. But in the acting industry, there's a certain level of pressure there, as a girl particularly, I think. And motherhood kind of gets overlooked. It kind of gets lost unless you've got into acting later in life, and you kind of already done it. As a young person, we kind of go, well, when do you fit it in? And I speak to a lot of actors, and a lot of my friends are obviously actors. Yes, thank you. And they're kind of like, yeah, I'll do. I want kids. Sure, I want kids, but yeah, I'm not ready yet. And they're 30, and not to be like the bearer of bad news, but it gets hard. It gets really. I'm 28, so I'm not old, and I'm done. I promise. And it gets hard. It gets really hard as you get older. I'm not that age now, and it's hard already. And you know, we know by like sort of medical stuff that it gets harder to have kids. There is a bit of a shelf life when it comes to that, and I worry that sometimes, this is not just about kids but in general when it comes to acting, that people forget and get a bit caught up in the industry itself, and that the networking and the bullshit, to be honest, and even though it's a fantastic industry, there's a lot of, you know, travelling around and a lot of chat and a lot of bullshit stuff that doesn't matter, and celebrity stuff and all that. It doesn't really matter. It's fun, it's silly, it's, you know, it's, you get a bit of the glamour and a bit of all that is fine, but if you don't know that that's all just fluff, it's not real, then that's, I think, when a lot of young actors come unstuck. And I've been working with a lot of younger actors than me recently, and I kind of want to just impart that and say, I'm not saying rush out and do everything heavy and get married and have kids and all that and still have all the drive in the world, but just make yourself have a hub at home. Have good people around you, have people who talk sense around you, don't blow smoke up your arse, people who are going to keep you grounded, you know, keep life going, because it's very easy to forget that life is happening right now. And I've spent a lot of years living a million miles in the future and not actually realising that around me right now, my life is actually happening. That this is my life. That even if in my mind I envisaged I'd already be in Hollywood now, in every major movie that there is out there, that on my road to that, I'm still aiming to that. That there still has to be some reality, and there still has to be a life that I love. And I'm very lucky because I've managed to create a life that I do love, and having kids has been part of that, and I feel really lucky that I haven't missed out on that, that I didn't wake up at 40 and go, yeah, I've done alright, I've, you know, done some TV stuff, I've done some film stuff, but when I go home at night, I'm going home on my own to not what I envisaged. I didn't envisage this, you know, a lot of people envisage having a family, and if you get past the time when that's a possibility for you, I just think that would be a bit sad. And just a bit of advice on, you know, the industry itself, just don't lose sight of the fact that you will have to you will have to go home, and you will have to have some real stuff around you, and then when you do make it and you become huge, you know, you think that the, you know, Julia Roberts or someone as huge as her doesn't have that groundedness when she goes home. She has a normal life. When she goes home, she still eats, she still poos, she still baths, she still, you know, does all these things, and they're the real stuff. I heard a saying yesterday, it was something, I'm probably paraphrasing it a bit, but it was something like, don't compare your life don't compare your real life to other people's highlight reel. And I think we all see people on Facebook and Twitter, and you know, they've got these glamorous lives, and you know, I'm sure some people that follow me on Twitter will think, oh God, she has this amazing life all the time. And I do have an amazing life. I'm really lucky. I work hard to have that. You yawn at me, I'm chatting a lot. But don't judge yourself. You know, the actors and actresses are just normal people, and they do go home to normal stuff. And if they're going, you know, if you get your life to a point where you've worked so hard that you come home to nothing, and it's, you have your career but you have nothing else, you might find that it's a little bit of an empty place to be. So just be wary. Do all the stuff, do all the do all that stuff, but just don't take it too serious. This industry's brilliant, but it's not serious, it's entertainment. It's supposed to be fun and light-hearted. So take it for that. And if you want to have kids, because they're bloody brilliant and they're great for learning to act and being silly and remembering to live in the now and react spontaneously, because that's what kids do. Don't you? Like, we ain't gonna stop her from wriggling right now, but I should probably get off. But yeah, take my advice and just don't take any of this too serious. You want to be an actor? Brilliant, but just don't take it too serious.